Like I say, we're alive, that's all I care about. Everything else is just stuff.
Pulled alive from a house fire in a community that answered 3 major alarms just today. Plus, they're back. Rebates for storm shelters, a good example of how average citizens can still get results from government. And 2 Little Rock artists make the big time with their bodies of work.
Now, from Arkansas's News and Information Center, this is THV 11 News at 10.
One Maumelle family is recovering after their new home burns down. Just one of 3 fires in that city today. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Craig O'Neill.
And I'm Denise Middleton. This fire started around 1:30 this afternoon along the 24,000 block of Highway 365. THV 11's Dan Grossman was there, and he spoke with a family who says they lost everything.
Craig and Denise, there were 3 people in the home at the time of the fire. All of them are safe. Officials still determining the origin, but say it started somewhere on the front porch. The family is being put up by the Red Cross now for the 2nd time in 2 years.
I was scared. Honest to God, I thought I was going to die.
The hoses may have been rolled up, gloves tossed aside, and helmets hung freely.
Because I couldn't get out, I couldn't see, I couldn't breathe.
But vivid details of Tuesday's 3-alarm fire still lingered in Mary Briggs's mind.
By the time I come out of my room, everything was covered in black smoke. Couldn't see to get down.
Investigators say they're not sure what caused it.
No.
Neither is Mary, but that's not where her attention is.
Those 3 people just jerked me off the stairs. It's the only reason I'm alive.
It's on the last word of that sentence.
We've been here 2 months.
Alive.
We just lost our house in the tornado in Mayflower.
Because she knows she was just as lucky Tuesday as she was last April.
Everything the tornado didn't take, the fire did. So, but we're alive. We're blessed. That's all I can say. We're blessed.
Her cousin and another woman were able to escape remarkably without injury.
And I could feel the heat through my window, through my door.
After 25-year-old TJ Ashley and his father Todd climbed into the burning home and pulled them out.
We went around the side and they were just, kind of in a panic mode, trying to get air, get oxygen because the smoke was just wolfing upstairs.
Then trucks arrived and battled the flames, but not before this damage.
It feels kind of surreal and incredible at the same time. I just, I did what I wished anybody would do for me.
TJ says it was just instinctual to give Mary and her family not a second, but a 3rd chance.
Like I say, we're alive. That's all I care about. Everything else is just stuff. I'm good.
They'll gladly take in stride.
It could be so much worse. We could be dead. And I'm so grateful for that I'm okay. I'm okay with that.
ATF was on scene to investigate the fire as well. No one was hurt in the other 2 fires in Maumelle either. The fire department says be careful with high heat indices. 2 more counties were also added to the burn ban, bringing the state total now to 7 counties. Guys.
All right, Dan, thank you. In talking high heat, we want to get to the forecast now.
Yeah, we're joined now by Chief Meteorologist Ed Buckner.
Hey guys, yeah, indeed, we are talking about hot weather, but tomorrow we should get a little bit of break in the heat, mainly because of some added cloud cover and rain chances. They're not great, but they're there. Here's a look at what's going on tonight. We've got some rain in the state. A couple of thunder showers up along the Missouri border, moving through Mountain Home, headed into looks like Fulton County. So there are some heavy showers up there, and there will be more scattered about into central Arkansas later tonight, well after midnight, I'm thinking. Current temperatures still warm, 85 in Hot Springs, 88 still in Stuttgart, and 78 in Russellville. Tomorrow's forecast calls for that chance of rain in the afternoon up to 30%, and it will be warm in between those showers, 95, but not as hot as it was today anyway. Better rain chances in the extended outlook. We'll have that for you coming up.
Security measures are changing tonight after a rape just off the campus of Hendrix College. It all happened last week when a 21-year-old student was raped by 3 men who broke into her apartment and shocked her with a stun gun.
Well, so far there have been no arrests, but the college says they're doing everything they can to protect students. THV 11's Laura Monteverdi explains.
It's just heartbreaking what happened.
It's an incident that has rocked the small liberal arts college in Conway.
We don't ever want that for any of our students or for our community ever.
After a Hendrix College student says she was raped by 3 men in her apartment near the campus on Thursday.
It is like an attack on our community, and
It's like a personal blow almost.
Thursday's incident isn't one the college is taking lightly. In fact, they took immediate action, upping patrols along the edge of campus, even relocating students in this apartment complex. But they also say they're looking at what they can do to enhance safety long term.
One of the suggestions was to look at additional fencing on this property.
Jim Wilchin, Dean of Students at Hendricks, says the college looked to the students for suggestions on how to improve campus safety, holding an open forum last week.
It's important because they're the ones that live on campus. They're the ones that have ideas about how they would feel safe.
Suggestions like installing cameras, adding lighting, and examining the locks on student housing facilities. All input the college says they're taking seriously.
And that's when you have a safe city or environment, it's when everybody's involved with that.
Steps to prevent something like this from happening again.
You know, this is something that we can't forget. You know, it's something that we have to, move forward with.
And again, that was Laura Monteverde reporting. Other suggestions from that forum include new learning commons at the library where students can study together late at night.
Well, and heading back to school, the Pulaski County Special School District wants to make sure they're ready and that your kids are safe.
Police simulated an armed gunman inside a school today to teach administrators how to react properly. Deputies and police used fake guns, and the school staff acted as students in the simulation.
It can take 8 to 12 minutes for help to arrive after a 911 call, which is why it's so important for school staff to be prepared.
The benefit of training, I can't put a measure to it. It's important that we continue ongoing training in all capacities.
A new tool, which is now a state law requirement, will cut police response time in half. It's a panic button app installed on all school administrators' smartphones.
And the federal government is funding these panic button installations across the country. PCSSD administrators are getting their panic buttons installed next week. Nearly 4 million medical records hacked tonight, and after the major data breach, we are working for you. A few viewers have reached out to us, and tonight we can confirm the hack affects some right here in Arkansas. Medical Informatics Engineering, or MIE, is the target of the security hack.
Usually it's just the personal information, your social security number, your birth date, your name, your address, those kind of things, which can be used in just standard identity theft.
But in the MIE hack, medical records were ripped off too. The company says the attack on their servers began May 7th, but wasn't detected for 3 weeks. Texas-based Concentra, one of its subcontractors, was one of at least 3 other companies affected. However, Concentra says their financial information was not compromised. 3 days after a Memphis police officer was killed in the line of duty, locals held a unity and prayer rally at the Memphis City Hall. Around 100 people, all ages and races, came together sharing the message that all lives matter. Officer Sean Bolton was shot and killed on Saturday during an alleged drug deal. His funeral is set for Thursday morning at 11 o'clock. Well, tonight authorities in Mississippi are searching for 2 men who fired gunshots from a vehicle at soldiers at a military facility. It all happened around noon at the Camp Shelby Joint Forces Training Center. The Mississippi National Guard cannot confirm whether specific soldiers were targeted, although no one was hurt. Officials say the men are traveling in a 2-door red Ford Ranger with Broken Arrow written across the top.
New developments after Cecil the Lion's death. 2 major U.S. airlines say they have banned all lion, leopard, elephant, rhinoceros, and buffalo trophies from their planes. Delta and American Airlines joined United and several others who've already adopted similar policies. The moves come as worldwide outrage at 2 American hunters accused of killing lions illegally in Zimbabwe intensifies. The final slots have been filled for the first Republican presidential primary debate, and the top 10 candidates will face off on Thursday. New poll numbers out today show frontrunner Donald Trump has a significant lead over his competition, and all eyes are on the billionaire businessman as his outspoken style has him out front in nearly every national poll, including the CBS News poll released this morning.
People are so starved for candor from politicians that they're rushing to him because he appears to say what's on his mind.
Those not in the top 10 must take the stage hours earlier when fewer voters will be able to tune in. After the debate, they'll have a month to get their numbers up before the next debate in September.
After tens of thousands of Arkansans were kicked off their health care plan, the state's Democratic Party is calling for action. Chairman Vincent Insalaco is asking Governor Hutchinson to extend a 10-day deadline for Arkansans to keep coverage.
Right now, DHS is sending letters to Arkansans who need to re-verify their income in order to keep their Medicaid benefits. If DHS doesn't receive a response 10 days after the notice, coverage is stopped.
Well, in response, Governor Hutchinson says the problem is not the deadline, but the DHS backlog.
We are going to pause for 2 weeks any sending out of notices of termination in order to make sure that DHS can catch up with workload in processing the information that has been sent in by the recipients.
And the governor says since implementing the re-verification process, 21,000 Arkansans have been recognized as ineligible. That cut from Medicaid has created $10 million in savings.
Good news if you're looking to purchase a storm shelter. Because of so many concerns and complaints, the state's Department of Emergency Management will resume accepting applications for storm shelter rebates.
The program was halted a few months ago because the number of people who applied exceeded the total amount of rebate funding. After hearing the concerns, the governor resumed the application process.
Local tattoo artists take the national spotlight as they compete in Spike's Ink Master.
Although we may only be a few episodes into the season, the duo from Black Cobra is watching and building hype along with fans. Ooh, there's a story coming up.
Hey, before we get to a full check of the forecast, take a look at this. The largest wildfire in California continues to grow in size despite the efforts of thousands of firefighters.
And this immense fire has scorched 65,000 acres. It threatens thousands of homes about 100 miles north of San Francisco. Crews say their biggest challenge, the shifting winds.
And also take a look at Tampa, Florida. It is underwater. Areas received up to 1.5 feet of rain in the past 10 days. Emergency crews have rescued dozens from mobile home parks, and officials canceled several flights at Tampa International Airport.
Florida's governor toured some of the hardest hit areas yesterday, but did not declare a state of emergency. And get this, unfortunately, meteorologists expect even more rain to come to the area. So, Ed, they're the ones getting all the rain down there.
Yeah. It's interesting how we're in between all these different kinds of weather systems.
Yeah.
You know, we're underneath the summertime high, but that's shifting a little bit, meaning rain chances for us, and that's good news. A little bit of
we need
change.
a cool down.
And cool, yeah, and of course the rain. Here's a look at the satellite view tonight. We do have a couple of thunder showers out there. Yeah, there's some rain.
Way up there.
Up near the Spring River.
Hi, Missouri.
It's nice to see that, and there could be more scattered showers overnight, especially after midnight. Moving a little bit farther toward the south, but there's a close-up view of the rain. Over the past couple of hours, it's moving off toward the mainly due east across the border, but there's more back here across parts of southwestern Missouri. Broaden our view, the big upper high, this is upper level high pressure. It's moving more down toward the southwest, which allows that northwesterly flow to kick in, and there will be one system after another kind of affect the state in the next 48 hours, which is good news because it'll bring rain chances with us. Dan mentioned this earlier. We now have 7 counties under burn bans: Hempstead, Howard, Garland, Saline, Faulkner, Jefferson, and Chico County, all under burn bans currently. More probably on the way. 83 currently. Dew point's high at 70. It feels like 87 degrees with a very light east-northeast wind at about 5 miles an hour. 70s to the north, 69 in Mountain Home with a thunderstorm nearby. 82 though still in Arkadelphia. It's still 88 in Stuttgart. Here's what I'm talking about. One little wave of energy moves by, another one moves through tonight, moves a little bit farther toward the south. Central Arkansas may see some rain early tomorrow, and you can kind of see the spin in the atmosphere as that moves off toward the east, and then we'll see things kind of quiet down by Thursday night. But the next 2 days, good rain chances. Tonight, 30% with a low of 76. Today, your 3-degree guarantee was set at 99, and we hit 98.
Way to go.
First Arkansas Bank and Trust, $50 to Jacksonville Friends of the Animals, and thank you for that. 95 is your 3-degree guarantee set for tomorrow with a 30% chance of thunderstorms, 50% chance though on Thursday, guys, and yeah, a little bit cooler weather. So we'll take any rain we can get, and then it just gets hot again. Back to you.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, as the heat ramps up, many high school football coaches in Central Arkansas are changing their practice schedules, and some are moving later in the day while others are getting an early start.
We've got water stations all over the place.
Catholic High is now practicing in the morning. Coach John Fogelman says his players have access to water anytime during practice.
You know, we don't really have to stop to take breaks because there's water for them, and if you're doing a drill close by or whatever you're doing, you know, kids go just get a drink of water.
Also, the idea of grueling two-a-day practices has largely been trimmed. Right now, teams are not allowed to have consecutive two-a-day practices, and there's a 3-hour maximum on any single practice session. All right, we're just 6 episodes in, but Arkansans can't get enough. A tattoo master and apprentice from Sherwood's Black Cobra are taking the spotlight in Spike's Ink Master.
Just ahead, we'll show you how the tattoo duo is generating hype in Little Rock.
Happening in Benton tonight, a neighborhood ice cream festival of sorts as Benton Police hosted National Night Out.
The annual event aims to get people out of their houses and interacting with their neighbors in order to cut down on crime. Benton Police say this event also helps them in their effort to have a better relationship with the community.
That's one of the big things that we've tried to do the last few years is get officers out of their vehicles and interact with people so that they know who to call, they know who's protecting them at night, they know an officer that's working their district, and it just puts a little bit more of a personal touch to it.
Lieutenant Russell says he saw around 200 people come out for the event.
One great draw for this neighborhood association, ice cream. Don't blame them.
I know. Although Little Rock revenue is up, the city's manager isn't advising mid-year raises or bonuses for city employees. He says this is because other areas are below budget.
A shortage prevented raises from being included in the budget last year, so the city's board of directors voted to give employees one-time bonuses. The board also instructed the city manager to determine whether Little Rock could make up for the shortage by giving another bonus or possibly raising salaries if revenue was up.
Meanwhile, a healthcare insurance company is looking to fill new job openings. Teletech Holdings is coming to Central Arkansas, and it's looking to fill 140 spots.
Today was just one of 4 for the company's hiring events. They'll host another off University tomorrow, one in Sherwood on Thursday, one off Colonel Glenn on Friday. For those addresses, be sure to visit thv11.com.
All right, Arkansas is growing more natural state celebrities. In June, we told you about 2 local award-winning tattoo artists gearing up to take the stage on Spike's Ink Master.
Tonight, the duo made up of Matt Obaugh and Katie McGowan attended an Ink Master watch party at Sticky's Rock and Roll Chicken Shack downtown. They say so far the reaction has been positive.
We've gotten a really good response from the local public, and everybody seems to be really stoked about it. And a lot of other local tattoo shops are really excited for us too.
And I feel like people are really entertained by it. Me and Matt got to do a lot of really cool tattoos on the show, and we're definitely excited for everybody to see them.
The duo says they have watch parties at different locations each week, and to find out where they will be next, follow them on Instagram via Black Cobra Tattoos.
Oh gosh,
I like that.
Bet they have a bunch of Razorback tattoos if the team does really well this year. Mary Dunleavy, what do you think?
I bet they will. Many former Hogs NFL careers just got started, but 2 are injured already, and 1 is in danger of being cut. I'm going to fill you in. Plus, we are under a month away from the best time of the year, high school football. We preview Catholic High School on the other end of this break. Stick with us. In just 2 days, Arkansas football camp kicks off, and there's a lot of question marks on the defensive side of the ball. There's a lot of guys that are young on defense and a lot of players leaving for the NFL, one of which was right from out of Little Rock, Martrell Spate. Bielema says the beauty of it, that's the beauty of it, actually. The Hogs may not have big names at the beginning of the year, but with time, Arkansas can mold them into the best defensive players in the SEC.
A bunch of kids that come from nowhere and play well together and have great results. And I think the part that our players, last year at this time, I would doubt very much that anybody in this room would have known the name Martrell Spate. Well, what's he do? He goes out and is the SEC leading tackler, playing for the Redskins now and achieving life success.
Fortunately, Martrell will not have the opportunity to play alongside his college teammate. Former Hog and Redskins defensive back Tevin Mitchell is out for the season with a torn labrum. Mitchell will have surgery on his shoulder and be placed on the injured reserve. More bad news for a former Hog. Tight end A.J. Derby has been waived by the New England Patriots, and he's the 6th-round draft pick, and he sat out of the Texas Bowl due to an injury. If he is not picked up by another team, he'll be placed on the injured reserve. Oh, tonight we continue our 40 teams preview right down the road on University. The Catholic Rockets have finished with 5 wins in back-to-back seasons and look to make a big jump in the 7A, 6A Central. Hayden Balgavy has more.
During the August heat, water is a precious thing, but on the football field, so is time. No one knows this better than Catholic quarterback Andre Sale.
I love it. This is what we love to do. We get out here, worked out this morning, and then we came and did some on-field drills and conditioning.
The senior QB tossed for over 2,000 yards and 19 touchdowns in 2014 and holds 3 scholarship offers to play college football.
Yeah, it's nice to have an experienced quarterback coming back, and he's can be a leader on and off the field.
On the field, the goal remains the same: win the 7A, 6A Central and make a playoff run behind an offense that averaged over 20 points a game.
Good. Pretty balanced attack with Lance Harville-Thomas and Monroe McKay coming back at running back. It's just going to be our offensive line. If they could come play together, I think we could be one of the top offenses in the state.
Now, any coach is going to tell you the next game is the most important game. Well, lucky for us in the media, the next game is North Little Rock. The Charging Wildcats beat Catholic in week 1 of the 2014 season, and let's just say they remember.
Oh, it's going to be big for both sides. You know, they've got new coach, new system, new stadium, new everything, and they've got a lot to prove.
I'm looking forward to this game. We've had it circled since they started planning out this new stadium. Nothing would be better than going over there and giving them their first loss in that field.
The Rockets battle North Little Rock opening night on September 4th. In Little Rock, Hayden Balgavy, THV 11 Sports.
Thanks, Hayden. The Rockets return home September 11th at War Memorial to face Cabot. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Great time. We've got the band, Craig. You didn't have a band. We got the band. We got the cheerleaders. We've got everything. Yeah, there we go. The Walmart here already has 5 bins full. They have Willie. They've got the managers. They've got the competition. They've had people donating all day long. We want to see if you can beat this. You had no band. You don't even have a drum corps, do you, Craig? One more time.
I love it.
That was
so much that, Craig. What do you got to say about that? That was pretty impressive.
Ooh. He could probably play the tuba.
Skydivers. That's all
tomorrow?
I'm going to say.
Skydiver.
Hot air balloon.
Really?
Unicorn.
All right, now he's just making up
He will
stuff,
be at the West Little Rock Walmart.
Hippogriff.
We're telling him where you're going to be tomorrow.
You better bring it.
Bowman.
Not going to
be the Walmart off Bowman with a wonderful story about how they actually started this all.
Wonderful.
You watch.
With unicorns.
That's it?
5 until 7.
It's been a lot of fun. It's going to continue all week long. Hey, there's a chance of rain tomorrow at about 30% and a high of 95.
Sasquatch.
You know what? We're going to go ahead and end this newscast. You have a great night.
Heard of the Beatles?
You did a good job.
Rolling
Thanks for watching THV 11 News. Stay connected to the THV Information Center 24/7 on your mobile device and with the THV 11 app for your iPad.